Alright, it is time for the March wrap-up video. This is the video that I make at the end of each month to tell you about notable videos that I have made this month, talk about the books that I read but did not review, and tell you about what is coming up in the next month. It was a weirdly light month for reviews. I just did two, and those were How I Paid for College by Marcus Cito and Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clark. As always, the links will be annotated and down where the links go. And I really liked both of these books. You can check out the links for more information. I also did a discussion on buzzwords and deal breakers, which was very cool, and you should check that out and do that if you haven't done it yet, because it's fun. I also made a reaction video about the Hunger Games movie, which you can watch if you are not totally sick of those by now. And I also started a new feature called Wishlist Wednesday, where every Wednesday I tell you about everything that I have added to my wish list over the past week. So you should check that out and make one of your own if you'd like. Alright, now time for books that I read but did not review for whatever reason. I have four, actually. It's weird. For some reason, I just did not have a lot to say about the stuff that I read this month. First up is Bright Young Things by Anna Godberson, which I read as an ebook, so I will put the cover up here for visual aid purposes. I don't have an e-reader, so I can only read ebooks on my iPod Touch or on my computer, so I generally do not read ebooks unless they are free, which this was. The publisher made it free for about 2 weeks last year, right before the sequel came out, which a lot of publishers have started doing and I think is very smart. Bright Young Things is a book about three girls in New York in the 1920s, and I love stories set in the 20s, and the premise is that by the end of the decade, one of the girls will be famous, one of them will be married, and one of them will be dead, which I found very intriguing. But I ended up not liking this book very much. I mean, I liked the premise, I liked the setting, I liked all the characters, the story was pretty good, but like, oh, I hated the writing. I found it distractingly florid. It's all like comparing people's faces to the moon and shit. Like at one point, the narration is like, the ceiling was a lovely glacial shade, and I'm like, so it was white then? Yeah, it was white. So if you're going to read this, I would recommend like reading a couple of pages at the bookstore, like downloading the first chapter preview from Amazon or something, because if you can get past the writing, then I think this is a really good book. I also read Mad Men Unbuttoned by Natasha Vargas-Cooper. I was getting myself pumped up for the return of Mad Men. This is basically like a guide to the cultural trappings that the show touches on. And it was good, I liked it, but it only covers the first 3 seasons, and I kind of would have preferred if it had gone a little more in depth, like it just sort of glances over the surface of all of these things. Oh, that does not show up very well. The Demon's Lexicon by Rees Brennan. So I'm familiar with Miss Rees Brennan via the internet, by which I mean I may or may not have read her Harry Potter fanfiction back in the day. Maybe. Perhaps. And I was super excited for her when she got a book deal, but this was published in 2009 and I'm just reading it now. Oops. But it's really good. Our narrator is Nick, a 16-year-old boy who, along with his mother and his older brother Alan, are on the run from magicians, and then they meet up with a brother-sister duo and their like demon-related shenanigans, and it's super exciting and fun, and I think you should read it. It's the first in a trilogy, but it functions pretty well as a standalone too. And the last thing I read was a couple of short stories by Kurt Vonnegut. It's The Big Trip Up Yonder and this, where the 0 is pronounced as not, so it's to be or not to be. Yeah, I see what you did there, Kurt Vonnegut. And these are both stories about dystopic futures, and they are in the public domain, so you can get them free on the internet. So you should read them if you have it, because they're good, and Kurt Vonnegut. Coming up in April, Q&A video, definitely. I know I said I'd have it up by mid-March, but March has been a weirdly crazy month. I don't know. Beyond that, I don't have anything very concretely planned. There will be book reviews, I guess? I don't even know why I do this stuff that's coming up section, because I never actually do the stuff that I say I'm going to do. It's terrible. Okay, that is it for me. I will see you soon. Bye.